myself in the game, or how you present yourself in the game.
How I would perceive it?
How Colin presents himself in the game. But you can see someone else doing
When
Chelsea.
I see you on the panel with Chelsea Handler, you stick out like a sore thumb. You're wearing your Celtics gear. You're Paul Pierce. You ain't fucking, you know.
But there are people who are Paul Pierces that would do Chelsea Handler, if that makes sense.
I've never seen him. Josh Wolf. No, man.
She gets A people, man. And I'm not an A guy.
I'm not talking about a guest. You're talking about being on the panel.
Yes, being on her show.
No, she has people on that show that just want to, that are just like her like crew.
But in reality, man, I think in the world of comedy,
she'd be like Kobe playing on like St. John's.
I don't think in her world, in Chelsea's world, I'm those people.
In Chelsea's world,
Joe Coy is selling out theaters.
In Chelsea's world, we're all in the D League.
Right.
Yeah. But see, you are, I think you're correct in that. I'm giving you a positive reinforcement for you to think, if I go on Chelsea Handler, I have to do it correctly, and then you'd have a bad attitude about going on it. You should never be within 100 miles of fucking Chelsea Handler.
That's my point.
Because you're the guy. And there's a great expression that I heard a long time ago, and it never left me, Patrice. Tell me who you're with, and I'll tell you who you are. So when I get asked to do a show, when I find out it's a panel, I go, because the panels, you always wind up with, hey, you know what, we'll get Patrice, we'll get Jay, we'll get Jimmy Norton, and then you wind up with like 3 fucking guys you never heard of, and some chick that was a swimsuit model, and you're like, what am I fucking doing with these people?
They classify you in that position.
That's it. Tell me who you're with.
That's what I'm saying about, that gets to the
Office
crux, is that I go, I want to be able to look at BJ Novak and go, you the man. Let me submit to what it's something in me. I'm looking at his face, and he can sense
the stain.
Yeah,
but you know,
and I can't hide it, and I try to. So I go, look, let me not get a bad rep, so that when I get like this Charlie Sheen thing, I think that was one of the biggest steps I made in terms of showing people what I do. Meaning in that situation where everyone was doing what they do, you know, Jeff was doing what he does, everybody was doing the thing, and I go on last. The whole situation, they didn't set me up to win. I just kind of was able to. I had to call on 20 years of comedy to be able to win in that.
There's 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth, no one on base, and you said, fuck it. I'll drive one in, and we'll see what happens from there.
Cause Lisa, it was a lot of pressure to do that because I was the only black guy, which goes, oh, okay, interesting. Let me go back. No one knew who the fuck I was. That's what tripped me out. I was so used, cause I've been doing it in my own world comedy.
Right.
When Seth brings me out as, you know, introduced to Deus, and it's like, Patrice O'Neal, everybody.
But that's why.
And I was like, holy shit.
You said earlier you don't want to do it just to do it. That's why you have to do things just to do it, so that the next time you're in a situation like that, people go, that's the guy I saw in The Office. And let me go back to this. Tell me who you're with, I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
When you're hanging around Steve Carell and the BJ Novaks, however you personally perceive them, you know that's the #1 show on television. And here's what I've learned. And I've been on a lot more sets.
Right.
Okay? Everyone is jealous that we can do comedy. The greatest actor I've sat with Pacino, I've sat with fucking Tom Cruise, and it's like they were sitting next to a 3-legged man with a fucking unicorn horn, because at the end of the day, they knew I was going to the Laugh Factory, and I was standing up in front of people and just talking, and that shit that I wrote. Right. And that fucks, like that, BJ, I don't know, the producers especially, when they get a comic in the fold, you are like this magical guy to them. You especially, because you're untapped. Like, I've been around fucking 3 times. They know my shit. They know my drill. Fucking shit, I did Ghost Whisperer. That paid for my divorce. Like, I wasn't like, one day.
Something paid for, that paid for my sneakers up in this motherfucker.
One day I'm gonna get to Hollywood, and I'm gonna be number 8 on the call sheet on a Jennifer Love Hewitt paranormal ghost
what you
show.
Want to be, Jay? What is your ultimateness?
I want to make movies that, honestly, I want to like play Chet Baker. I want to play I would love to play Carlin. I would love to play like serious, great dramas.
Now you're waiting for that to be offered to you, or you're going?
No, I audition. I'll audition for anything.
No, not audition. See, now to me, I think I realize somehow I have to, and I'm not sure if it matters to you. Somehow I gotta be HNIC. I gotta be, or even close. I know you're not gonna be, but I need to have not just be there. Like, for instance,
did you know that's Ralphie May's corporate name?
HNIC?
Isn't that great?
Of course. So, I take Billy Gardell, and I like him. Yeah. And I love that he has a successful show. He's one of those guys you go, if he don't make it, you feel like, oh man, I want him to make it. I want Voss to make it. I don't want a few people to make it, so to make me feel like it's actually, So, you look at that show though, even though he's on it, you could feel, Mike and Molly. Okay. So when I look at Billy, I'm not sure I could be him in that show, because it feels like in that show, you know, that he's not being exactly Billy Gardell. He's being the character he wanted, but it's almost like I would, you know, some shows, like even in your show, your show,
Gary and
Married. You when I watched it, I had a feel like you weren't the boss on Gary.
No, I was not the boss.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you watched Roseanne, you watched that, and you felt like she was the boss in that show.
But you understand, by Billy Gardell doing Mike and Molly for the next 5 years,
I know.
When he comes out the other end,
right,
he's got enough credit charged up to the game, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
But
that's what it is.
I feel like he has enough already. I feel like Billy does.
It took me until I said what show, because I didn't know who you're talking about. And I know who he is.
Oh, Billy Gardell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you said it, I'm like, who's Billy Gardell?
But you should know who the fuck Billy Gardell is.
I know, but he's one of those guys I can't.
But you should know. Like, you should know.
I do know now. But what I'm saying is Mike and Molly is when everyone else in America in the flyover states know him, so that when he go, hey, Billy Gardell.
Another thing, why the fuck do we have to be known in Idaho? Why can't you just do a show that caters to the two coasts and some of Texas? Why?
Were you talking about like Nielsen stuff?
There's 4 million people there.
I don't get it.
If you get a 3 on FX, you're a multi-star.
The Wayans brothers got a 2 rating. I don't
fucking need Wyoming.
No, you don't.
Why do I gotta get CBS? Is when you gotta be known. That gets you known all over the world.
Yeah. But there's fat white ladies in a mall in the middle of Texas that go, I really enjoyed you on the Go First Board.
Why do I have to be known there? Why not San Francisco, New York, Boston,
I'll tell
Philly,
you why.
and that's it?
Because I'll tell you why. It's all putting more shit in your sack for when you go out to do your own thing, that you don't have to look around and reach out for anything else. Like Billy
Would you want to be Louis C.K.? Meaning, in his position, would you want to, if you had the opportunity?
I think it'd be fascinating. Yeah, and that show.
I'm horrified to do that. Meaning,
yeah, me too.
Do I think I have the
writing, directing, and if it fails,
crazy about that?
Yeah, and if it fails, like, look, Gary and Mary got canceled. I don't know if you noticed. I've only been a guest star in like 3 shows since that, and done stand up. Failure throws a long shadow, but once you're afraid of failure, you're fucking done. You just got to get up. Reggie Jackson said to me, personally, and her, he said, I struck out 2,500 times in my career. He goes, if you add that in a row, that's 5 years of baseball. I never touched the ball. He goes, the trick is just don't put the shit in a row.
That's why I hate baseball, by the way.
Why?
There's only one sport where you can
fail 70% of the time.
If you stink 70% of the time, you can go to the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
It stinks. And I talked to Frosty about it and this other kid who loves baseball. In no sport should you be able to fail as much. Cause the payoff, a home run, that's great. So if the other 3 is a home run, out of the 70% you fail, if the other 3 is a home run, that's good. But sometimes the other 3 is a bunt. The other 3
is pussy single.
The other 3%, it's a
just goes under the guy's mitt.
Man, but listen, when you say afraid of failure, Jay.
Yeah.
Let me backtrack. Yeah. I'm not afraid of failure because I'm in this game. My thing is, when I look at Louis, it's not the failure part that makes me nervous. It's like, do I have the work ethic to do what Louis doing? That's what I mean.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
He's a monster. Juggernaut when it comes to that shit.
And it's a show. Don't even worry about it. It's a show that thank you though. It's a show that when I watch it, I realize in many lifetimes, I will never do anything as good as Louis doing that right now.
Right.
That episode when he went to the USO tour with the duckling, I fucking cried. I fucking cried when he brought, thank you, sweetie, when he brought out that little duck, when his daughter gave him the duck and he didn't know he had a duck, and cause that was from his blogs on his website and the forward operating base when he said to the kid, who's from New York? And the kid goes, I'm from New York. And he goes, where? And he goes, Buffalo. And the kid goes, and Louis goes, that's not New York. Buffalo sucks. And a forward operating base, there's only like 60 cats and they're in the middle of nowhere. And that kid goes, hey man, don't fuck with Buffalo. And Louis wrote, I cried when I read this in Louis' blog.
Okay.
Louis wrote, the kid wasn't challenging me to a fight. The kid was saying, don't fuck with Buffalo because when I get out of this fucking place.
That's all I got.
There's a bedroom in Buffalo. There's a poster of Jim Kelly on the wall.
Right.
That's all there is. That's what's keeping me from putting this fucking gun in my mouth and pulling the trigger is Buffalo. So when you tell me Buffalo sucks, I'm about to we're going to tangle assholes. Why
Buffalo
did you leave?
does suck though. Fuck that shit. Fuck out of here with that goofy story, Jay.
What? I'm telling you what Louis said.
Crying at that shit.
Let me ask you. No, that was a great episode, man.
Kill himself. I'm saying.
Why did you leave the office? Did you leave or did they just say that?
No, it wasn't no absoluteness. It was like they asked me to come in one day and I wasn't there and I didn't fly in. No, I didn't. I was in New York and they said, can you come in?
For what?
To just do what I do.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was there like six lines?
Right, yeah. I was a 6-line guy. Maybe a 3-line guy.
Yeah, like the big fat plug guy.
Which was fine.
Yeah. Everyone on the show is though.
Right. I just couldn't do it.
That to me is insane.
I know.
Like I would have done it.
To me, it's insane too. But
see, this is the important part of the conversation.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Are you lay in bed at night going, why the fuck didn't I just get on a plane?
No, I don't regret it because I know my insanity. There's some insanity about you that you accept for yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, we all have it.
Yeah.
It's just whether you accept it or not.
I accept my.
Huh?
Right. So
Vaughn said, obviously, I'm insane if I'll suck Chuck Lorre's dick.
Right. Like what makes me insane? What makes people think I'm insane? I accept about myself. Not burning bridges. Not making. I've changed a lot about making people feel completely uncomfortable. Sometimes I fuck up, and I still do. But I'm better with the things that I think I need to get better at. But I'm not better at the things that I believe in that people think I should get better at.
So acting isn't really something you're like.
No, the acting process. I just did a movie with a guy, Todd Rohal, Rob Riggle, who he's
Lieutenant Colonel.
Fucking makes me laugh.
Lieutenant Colonel Rob Riggle.
Lieutenant Colonel, that fucker.
Lieutenant Colonel. He's a Marine Corps.
God damn it.
He was on Gary Unmarried. He played my brother.
Oh, was he on that show?
He's a fucking Lieutenant Colonel in the Marine Corps.
One of my favorite meets in the business.
You know what I said to him? I said, how many times did you go to Iraq? He goes, I haven't been. I go, there's guys in their 4th tour, they're sergeants. You're on a fucking TV set, and you're a Lieutenant Colonel, you prick.
That guy, I like that guy.
Like to him. Oh, perfect example.
Right.
Me saying that to him, he's probably going back to his dressing room going, what an asshole.
I don't think he is. Not him.
Right.
But anybody around. Right.
But he knew what I meant. Like, you're sitting here making fucking TV, they make you Lieutenant Colonel, and you know guys, and we all know guys, that, like, they do 3 tours and they come back, they're a fucking sergeant. It's like, how bad was your job over there that you came back a sergeant after 3 tours?
I fuck with him the same way you did. And he knew, he's a guy.
Stupid Kansas Jayhawk fan.
He loves Kansas. I wish I had his numbers I could call and tell him his fucking whole state stings. But he gets context. I like people who get context. I do. I do.
So you shot the movie with Riggle.
I shot it. The Rohal, Riggle, Knoxville, and Patton Oswalt. This movie.
What's it called?
It was called Scoutmaster, but the Scouting of America sued.
Yeah, they don't fuck around.
You can't say Scoutmaster.
You can't do Saturday Night Live sketches about the Boy Scouts. You got to change the name.
You can't. It's untitled Todd Rohal now. But the process, when I finished, after everything was over, I was very happy that I did it. But the process of moving.
But weren't you happy to be done?
I was happy to be done.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you is everyone's happy to be done. You get to a point on a movie set where you're like, how much fucking longer does it take to shoot Renee Zellweger reacting to Tom Cruise.
So we're talking about the process.
Right. You got to bring a fucking book and take naps.
When I see the process and I'm involved with it, I want to have something to do with the process. So I'm saying, I think I could do what Louis doing.
Right.
If